Alright, so we're back. It took me a second to unplug that tie. And now I'm just pulling all these cables through. This is why you buy a modular unit. You know, if you've got the money. If you're rolling ballerific, you do not buy a $69 power supply with 600 cables you don't need, because this is just a tad obnoxious. Alright, so you know what this is going to do is, you know, once we've established what's not going to be used, then we're going to be shoving it all right back through and hiding it at the bottom. You know, like I said, I may leave them routed and strapped in the back. I may hide them behind the cover that goes right here. So let's take a look. I did not see in the box for this screws that were for this specific power supply. Did not see a small pack of screws. They may have been in there, and yes, they were. So I just overlooked them. I'm going to hold on to this box as I do with all electronics, because electronics are prone to fail, and it makes it easier for shipping and returning stuff when you have the actual original box. Plus, later on, when you want to Google your item to figure out what happened to it, instead of having to open up your case to see a model number and a name, if you've got the box, you can just go look in the garage or the closet and say, oh, here's the model number on the box. Let me Google it. You know, Antec 750, fire in my house. You know, if perhaps that was what you had to Google. Not that the Antec 750 for $61 would catch on fire, and Googling would be the answer to that. Because what you would do is you'd obviously contact the fire department, and if there was an electrical fire, you do not use water in an electrical fire. You would throw dirt or sand on the fire. So if you have wide doors in your house, you can get a wheelbarrow, and you would just go outside and start loading a wheelbarrow full of dirt and sand if you had an electrical fire, and then bring it inside and douse it on the fire, the sand and the dirt. So I've got the power supply here. We're going to flush mount it right to the back. The fan is facing down for ventilation. The screws do line up. This screw, that one, this one, and this little notch one. So there's a lot of other configurations that would fit other power supplies. Looks like there's quite a few covered. So need not worry, whatever you buy, it's probably going to fit in the Haf X case. I got lucky, $69 power supply. Used a uniform standard for placement of these screw holes, and it works for me. And later on, once we get things going, we start testing everything, we'll take a look at the power that this thing puts out, how much draw there is, how responsive. We've got software utilities and a few other ways that we can do that, and we will. And my technicians are under the table attacking my work table cloth. Very aggravating. Again, not good to have animals around, because they can knock stuff over and you'll lose small parts, and maybe they'll choke on them, and then you won't have any animals. You know. Alright, so I'm going to plug this in. I'm sorry, I can plug it in for power, but I'm going to screw this in, tighten it down, then we'll take a look at the back and all of the wiring and how we're going to tie it off.